I call Paul Foster Bell.
E te mana whakawātua rua, tēnā koe, tēnā koutou katoa e ngā mema o te whare paramata. Sir, in addressing this Charities Amendment Bill, I will use slightly fewer words and somewhat less time in this House than the member who just resumed her seat, because it is a very simple and brief piece of legislation. It does three simple things. It provides that a person cannot be an officer of a charitable entity if they have been convicted of tax evasion or a similar offence. I think this is a very sensible measure to prevent corruption in the charity sector. It also provides that an application for registration as a charitable entity will be treated as withdrawn if the applicant doesn't respond to requests for information within 18 months. Again, a very pragmatic, sensible measure which is designed to stop the cluttering up of the registration process. But unfortunately, Mr. Speaker, it does not address a 2012 drafting error as was originally intended, which removes the words Chief Executive from section 61(1)(a). This is unfortunate, sir. This bill started life as a statutes amendment bill, part of a statute amendment bill introduced by my colleague, the Honourable Simon Bridges, in his role as Associate Minister of Justice. And because it is the child bill of a statutes amendment bill, it does require unanimity, not simply majority support. So we certainly listened very carefully and very intently to what the submitters, there were 7 submitters we heard in person out of the 33 who offered submissions, the submission from Huie and others, and from a notable lawyer in the charities sector. I know the National Party members on the committee listened very, very closely to what they were submitting. We had a difference of agreement, a difference of opinion. We did not agree with everything they were saying. The advice that we, certainly that I accept from the department, was that section 61 does not convey any right of appeal in any case. We accepted that advice on our side of the House, but unfortunately that piece of the legislation will not proceed because it has not achieved unanimity. I think that is unfortunate because in my view, it was a drafting error and we were just correcting that small error. But I'd also like to commend the Minister for Voluntary and Community Sector, the Honourable Joe Goodhue, who is working hard to tidy up some of the flaws that exist in the current legislation. The bill, despite losing the section around the Chief Executive and appeal rights reform, that tweak there, still has some useful sections dealing with the tax evasion and also with the withdrawal of an application if it hasn't been progressed within 18 months. So it's still a sensible bill. It's just a shame it didn't go that little bit further.